truth is your opinion. Your opinion doesn't matter to reality. Reality gives a shit less about your opinion.
Is that true?
It moves atoms from one place to another. Define truth. You're begging the question. You're begging the question right there.
Well,
so define truth. What do you mean by truth?
Okay, that's fairly simple. It's a correspondence between analytic statements and that of synthetic reality.
Reality. What is reality?
Define reality. The external world.
The external world. What's world? Define world.
Do I seriously have to answer these questions?
I agree with
your definition of truth is subjective and resolved to opinion.
Okay, it's my opinion that you are making no sense right now, and your questions aren't applicative, so I'm not answering them.
Does 1 + 1 equal 2? There's certain truths that we can find within reality. If you put one apple together with another apple, that gives you 2 apples.
Oh yeah.
Assuming they're not imaginary, yes.
Yep, there's a...
Math is a tautology. It has nothing to do with reality. Math is descriptive. It doesn't explain anything.
It was used as an example.
It doesn't tell you why an apple falls to the ground.
You have one apple in one hand and one apple in the other. It equals 2 apples.
That's totally descriptive. Totally descriptive.
Okay, well you have
it has nothing to do with reality.
In your hands. It's a truth.
It is not a truth. Define truth for me.
An apple, it's truth.
Objectively define truth for me.
If we're not going to
objectively
hold
on. Define truth.
He doesn't believe in this stuff. He's speaking gibberish.
No.
Truth
Wait
is.
a second. When you
hold on. Truth is an abstract concept that has to do with a proposition and a validation.
For example, when 2 apples, does 2 apples equal 2 apples?
Does 2 apples equal 2 apples?
I'm on your side, Opie. Yeah, obviously it's even more true, except for no 2 apples are really equal to any other 2 apples.
That's a tautology.
Rotten.
That's circular. It's tautology.
Wait, what do you care? Tautologies are opinions.
If I ate an apple and someone said, look, Eve is eating an apple, that is a truth based on reality.
I can't disagree with that.
Okay, so Hermione agrees. What about you, Epic? Do you find
Hermine.
Hermine. I do apologise for mispronouncing your name then. Okay, and what about you, Epic? What do you think of what Eve just said?
I kind of agree. I think that math is a system that validates itself. It's in terms of empirical systems and understanding, a mathematical system is one that's applied and true because of the fact it's tested. For example, if I come up with a theorem that says if I add 2 apples with 2 apples, I'll get 4 apples. Lo and behold, when I do that, that statement is validated. Every time I make that prediction, it happens, and every time such an analytical statement is put to the test, it remains true. And I'm committed to that system existing and showing truth and having a truth bearer in the fact of its validation.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, so just to make sure that we're all speaking on the same language, and I'd like to apologise to OP and Pyro that I muted you, but people were just interrupting each other and I needed to start quietening down the conversations.
You said truth about 6 times right then. You didn't define it yet, not once. Have you unambiguously and objectively defined truth?
I did define it, and every time I defined it,
and it was subjective. Your definition was a subjective definition.
What does that matter?
Listen, this is what truth is. I'm going to tell you right now. It is an.
Okay, sorry, I've had to.
It is an abstract concept that is proposition and validation. Okay, anything based on. Okay, when you validate something, basically it's based on man's limited and subjective sensory system that's doing the validation. It resolves to opinion.
Okay, if I can finish what I was going to say before...
Truth resolves to opinion. If you mute me one more motherfucking time, motherfucker.
Wait, we're on air.
Everybody is
I'm trying to speak. Okay, I'm trying to keep some
order
in this
Watch your
room.
language.
Fuck you.
Yep. Right. Okay, as I was saying, so can I just see if we agree that with some sort of evidence which is removed from human beings, that we can then establish some sort of truth with inside reality, and we all agree on that concept. If we can see that 2 apples plus 2 apples equals 4 apples, we know that everybody can agree with the same thing. Right? We can all agree that evidence outside of human beings' own perception, effectively, a consensus can be drawn that that is inherent fact, that things provided with evidence can be seen as fact, i.e. reality, whereas things that don't necessarily have a full evidence to distinguish truth from opinion, that you're going to end up with something based upon your morality, your learnt behaviors, your ideas.
Don't know Jordan. He's very fluent in Greek. Yeah. And those kind of writings and stuff. Jordan,
mute me.
Knowledge, how early is the?
Dang it.
What about would you say is the?
Yeah, I couldn't really agree with that. I mean, the thing is, the things that are supported by evidence, the problem is you never have 100% signal. There's always noise in any signal, including sensory experiences. So...
Okay. Your thoughts, Epic?
Well, I think that there are propositions in which we are justified in believing in, and some that we are not, depending on the scenario. I think that's basically simple. So I think that there are prepositions when someone says an external reality exists, something that's independent of my mind, I'm in a better justification or more poised to believe it than disbelieve it. It's to say that everything is just my mind, or to boil things down to solipsism, does nothing or helps me in no way, shape, or form.
Okay, now, Opie, would you like to come in at all?
Yeah.
Before you do, can I just ask you a favor?
If I can't use my sensory system to know that the moon exists, does the moon not exist? Is the moon dependent on me to exist?
No, it's not.
No, it is not. It does not matter. My sensory system has nothing to do with the moon existing. The moon exists apart from observers. The moon doesn't care about observers.
Yeah, but your observation of the moon validates that truth that it exists.
No, it doesn't validate anything. It's my own sensory system. It resolves to opinion.
I just stated that it validates that truth to you.
To me?
Yeah, I don't think you're fully listening. You're not even letting me finish. That's why you didn't listen to what I have to say.
My neighbor says, fuck you, it doesn't exist.
Can we watch the language, please?
Can I reply? Okay, everyone has different perceptions on things, but there is a consensus among those perceptions. So you can look at the moon, you can have someone say, well, it doesn't exist, but you can have a consensus of people saying, wait a minute, we've observed it, we've even traveled there, it does exist.
Does it matter who observes it? If you have 1 million people that say it exists, and there's just one person that says, well, I don't believe it exists, which is it? I mean, does it exist or does it not? It has nothing to do with a quadrillion observers saying it exists. It doesn't depend on observers whatsoever to exist. Existence is observer independent. It's observer independent.
Well, what if it didn't interact with anything else? What if it did not interact with anything else? It was so far away, it was outside of our relativistic cone, it could never interact with you or anything else, and it was totally isolated. Would the moon exist? Actually, no, probably not by current thought on the matter. It wouldn't exist for you. It would be totally outside. It might as well be outside your universe. There is no independent existence because it would not have any interaction. And your senses, though I mostly am agreeing with you.
You're saying that it depends on someone's interactions
your
for it to exist?
senses resolve to something besides your opinion. You don't just get to have an opinion of what you sense. What you're sensing through your eyes is based on your interaction with that through a photon
So basically what you're saying is that it depends on our senses to exist.
It depends on interaction. I believe it depends.
It depends on interaction to exist?
Yes, something
It depends on observers.
The moon can exist
Exactly.
regardless of observing it, but when you observe it, that truth has been known to you.
Yep.
Things exist apart from any observers. They are not dependent on observers to exist.
Wait, define exist. Wait, actually, I have define
Exist is an object with location. An object is that which has shape. Location is set of distances from all other objects.
What's it? That's a tautology. You're using distances with their forms of location.
Shape is extrinsic. It is intrinsic to all objects that have shape. Shape is intrinsic to all objects. Location is extrinsic to objects that exist. No such thing is nothing can exist that isn't an object with location.
Okay, Epic. I believe you were looking to chime in. Go.
Yeah, I was just going to point out a couple things here. First of all, you're saying that there's an external thing that exists in the object, and then there's an internal thing, but you're not defining the object itself. What is the object itself? You're just saying
that which has shape. An object is that which has shape.
What shape?
Shape is the borders between the outside and the inside of said entity. It's what.
So do these borders have shape?
Do the borders have shape?
Are the borders ontological entities?
Are you a kindergartner? I mean,
no,
are you that stupid that you don't know what shape is? Are you that fucking stupid?
Are you going to result to add-ons, or are you going to address points made?
Do you know what shape is, or are you that stupid, really?
Wow, I asked you what truth was, and I get nothing.
Are you that stupid, dude?
But as soon as you ask me for shapes, what the hell is your problem, sir?
He's gone.
Good.
All right, guys, I'm just telling you right now that